Ray O'Shannassy, labourer, communist and trade unionist, was born on the 1st of July 1923 at Mount Pritchard, New South Wales. Third surviving child of Victorian pawn barons Martin O'Shannassy, a carpenter, and his wife, Vera Beatrix near Kelman. Having limited education, Ray worked during the 1940s as a labourer at the Sunshine Harvester Works, Melbourne. He was aggressively leftist and joined the Communist Party of Australia. As an organiser for the Australian Builders Labourers Federation at Holsworthy Barracks, Sydney, in 1951, O'Shannassy took part in a CPA reform movement that opposed the vehemently anti-communist New South Wales branch secretary, W.F. Thomas. With two other CPA members, Tom Quinn and Joe Ferguson, O'Shannassy talked to workers on building sites, distributed leaflets to encourage union membership, and campaigned for better working conditions. Elected as a treasurer of the BLF, he was expelled from the CPA for allegedly stealing union money. In 1962, O'Shannassy moved to Leeton, where in July that year he was narrowly admitted, at 4 votes to 3, to the local branch of the CPA. Moving again in about 1964 to Carlton, Melbourne, he successfully argued in court for a comrade charged with assaulting police at a political demonstration. In 1965, he attended a demonstration against the Vietnam War outside the consulate of the United States of America. Having left Melbourne by 1967, O'Shannassy worked up bush for the BLF. After a brief period in Sydney, he arrived in Canberra in 1970, found employment at the Hotel Canberra, and joined the Federated Liquor and Allied Industries Employees Union of Australia. Elected Assistant Secretary and then Secretary of the ACT Trades and Labour Council, he later worked for the ACT Department of Housing and Construction. Active in Canberra's CPA, at meetings, O'Shannassy disturbed cautious members with his firebrand words and actions. While some were impressed by his focused tenacity and eloquence, others were either puzzled by the variety of his causes or alarmed by his uncompromising tactics. His fellow CPA member, the historian Daphne Golan, praised his political acumen, but despaired of his tactless manner. An Australian Security Intelligence Organisation agent described him as loud-mouthed. Like an absolute boss, Ray O'Shannassy lies in the foyer of the electoral office of the member for Fraser, Mr. Fry, on the 29th of July, 1983. He said he intended to sleep there overnight as a protest against the failure of the government to provide adequate, low-cost accommodation for the unemployed. He also was protesting about the failure to make rooms available at the Havelock House for homeless people. Short, pugnacious, and persistent, O'Shannassy discussed local, national, and international politics forcefully and quoted from the Marxist classics frequently. He was particularly fond of Mark Twain's parable, The Man That Corrupted Hadleyburg. He occasionally gambled at the TAB. Unmarried, he died of ischemic heart disease on the 31st of July 1990 at Long Bay Jail and was cremated. For about 10 years from 1993, Ray O'Shannassy House offered low-cost housing at Narrabundah, ACT.